Welcome to Managing Stress While Dealing with Changes Due to Coronavirus. My name is Erin Ladwig. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I work for Henderson Student Counseling Services, where I provide services to the Broward College students. And we'll talk about those services towards the end of the presentation. The outbreak of the coronavirus in 2019 may be stressful for people. Fear and anxiety about a disease can be overwhelming and cause strong emotions. Coping with stress may make you, the people you care about, and your community stronger. Stress during an infectious disease outbreak can include fear and worry about your own health and the health of your loved ones, changes in sleep or eating patterns, difficulty sleeping or concentrating, worsening of chronic health problems, worsening of mental health conditions, and increased use of alcohol, tobacco, or other drugs. So what are the reactions to COVID-19? Concern about protecting oneself from the virus because they're at higher risk of serious illness, concerns that regular medical care or community services may be disrupted due to facility closures or reduction in services and public transportation. Feeling socially isolated, especially if you live alone or in a community setting that is not allowed visitors because of the outbreak. Guilt if a loved one helped them with activities of daily living. Increased levels of distress if they have a mental health concern before the outbreak, such as depression, live in a lower income household and have language barriers, experience stigma because of age, race or ethnicity, disability, or perceived likelihood of spreading COVID-19. So what are some ways to cope with this stress? Take breaks from watching, reading, or listening to news stories, including social media. Hearing about the pandemic repeatedly can be upsetting. Connect with others. Talk with people you trust about your concerns and how you are feeling. Develop healthy habits. I've given a list of habit trackers that you can use as apps to help you to create these healthy habits. Create a schedule for yourself. Making sure to have a schedule and things that you do on a routine basis is known to help with stress. Take care of your body. Take deep breaths, stretch or meditate. Try to eat healthy, well-balanced meals. Exercise regularly and get plenty of sleep. Avoid alcohol and other drugs. Here is a list of apps that may be able to help you with meditation and relaxation. Make time to unwind. Try doing some activities you enjoy in isolation, such as reading, music, walking, yoga, meditation, coloring, puzzles, singing, and dancing. Try to change the negative thoughts. Declare it done. Saying stop out loud can be very powerful. Change it up. Distract yourself with an activity that takes focus. Clip coupons, mow the lawn, go for a walk, or read a book. Swap your thought out. Replace each negative thought with 2 positive ones. Write it down. This works well for worries. With the worry on paper, you are free to toss it from your mind. Use positive self-talk. Steer clear of perfectionism. Do your best instead. Instead of aiming for perfectionism, be proud of however close you can get. Be kind to yourself. Use positive affirmations, such as, I am worthy, I matter, I'm enough, I am courageous. I will take time for me. Schedule time for self-care. Set aside 30 minutes to engage in a pleasurable activity. Go for a walk, take a long warm bath, read a book for fun. For those extremely busy days, even taking 10 minutes to do a relaxing activity can make a world of difference. Have a quick chat with your friend, watch a funny cat video, or meditate. Check out the free Headspace app to learn more on a previous slide. There never seems to be enough time in the day to just sit around and relax, but you need to make time and prioritize your well-being. Make appointments with yourself in your calendar and don't cancel on you. These appointments could be in the morning to give you a positive start, or the day, or the evening to unwind. But most importantly, at a time when you are actually going to do it. Another part of your coping skills is your support system. Don't be afraid to seek out help from your support system. Keeping intense emotions or problems to yourself can be overwhelming, and talking to someone in your support system may help relieve stress. If someone is causing you stress, don't hesitate to take an assertive approach to express your feelings and set boundaries. Check in with your loved ones often. Virtual communication can help you and your loved ones feel less lonely and isolated. Consider connecting with loved ones by telephone, email, mailing letters or cards, text messages, video chat, and social media. Help to keep your loved ones safe. Know what medication your loved one is taking and try to have at least a 4-week supply of prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, and see if you can help them have an extra on hand. Monitor others' medical supplies. Oxygen, incontinence, dialysis, wound care needed, and create a backup plan. Stock up on your non-perishable foods, canned foods, dried beans, pastas, to have on hand in your home to minimize trips to the store. If you care for a loved one living in a care facility, monitor the situation and speak with the facility administrator or staff over the phone. Ask about the health of the residents frequently, and know the protocol if there is an outbreak. Stay home if you are sick. Do not visit family or friends who are at greater risk for severe illness from COVID-19. Use virtual communication to keep in touch to support your loved one and keep them safe. Now here's a suggestion that I have: a coronavirus guided journal. There's a bunch of different journal entries that I'd love you to look at and see which ones apply to you. When you begin to worry about the future, what can you do to get control and seek support? Who is part of your support team? Write a letter to yourself about adaptability and resilience. What has your life taught you? How can you get help through your worry and around the coronavirus? Do you feel out of control? If so, why? What are some of the ways you do have control? How is control connected to your life? What 5 things can you do right now that can support your mental and physical well-being? How can these things help your stress level? In what ways do your mental and your physical health connect? Do you notice changes in your body when you're stressed out? How are others making you feel about your quarantine experience and feelings? Are there things that you can control, even from within a quarantine, that can help you reduce your stress level? How does staying inside impact your physical and self-care routines? How can those routines be adapted to your quarantine and coronavirus reality? More guided journal entries. Write a letter to your body. What would you say to it as it experiences fear, uncertainty, and anxiety? What are the things that you can rely on to help you find stress relief? It's often fun to write these on a big piece of paper, colored, or designed with illustrations. List every single stress relief tool so that you can refer back to this page as a toolbox. What have you endured, survived, and conquered in your life? What have those experiences taught you about survival, change, and traumatic experience? Imagine a safe space that is inviting, calming, and recuperating. What does it look, feel, smell, and sound like? Write down your current emotional, physical, and mental needs. How can you find ways to fulfill them during the day? Do you have healthy anxiety? Is the coronavirus pandemic making it worse or harder to cope? Can you explore some of these reasons why, along with some of the facts that keep you grounded? How can you prevent catastrophizing? Are you being kind to yourself in this hard time? How can you be kinder to yourself? Here are some recommended COVID-19 resources. Please take some time and look this over. This brings us to the end of this slideshow on how to handle stress dealing with coronavirus. Again, my name is Erin Ladwig. I am a licensed mental health counselor. I work for Henderson Student Counseling Services. Please take care of your own emotional health. Caring for a loved one can take an emotional toll, especially during an outbreak like COVID. Here are some ways to support yourself. If you're a Broward College student, you are eligible for 6 free and confidential therapy sessions. And we are open from Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. with a 24-hour crisis line. If you would like to make an appointment, please feel free to call 954-424-6916 or log into our portal, and the website is on the slide in front of you. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you. If you or someone you care about are feeling overwhelmed with emotions like sadness, depression, or anxiety, or feel like you want to harm yourself or others, call 911, visit the Disaster Distress Helpline, or text Talk With Us at 66746, or visit the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Thank you. That concludes my presentation. I hope that you guys learned something, and be on the lookout for other presentations coming up in the future.